What's going on, everybody? I thought we could do a little thing. Car stories from the Porsche. How about that? I'm gonna give you car stories. All the cars I've owned and the stories behind them. Starting with the very first car today. So the very first car I ever owned was a 1978 Pontiac Phoenix, red in color. And my first car I bought at 22 years old, I believe it was. Before that, I always drove my dad's car when he was off work or whatever. Me and my friends would scrounge up money for gas, and we would just drive his car. So at 22, I was dating a girl for about a year, and I didn't have no money. I wasn't working. I was still in that goof off phase where me and my friends were just always hanging out and goofing off. And I always kept an eye out for something, and I always put applications in at places I wanted to work, but never got the job. So at 22 years old, I had this girlfriend who was pushing me. And so she loaned me $600 to get a car. I'm like, all right. So I ended up going down to my brother's house. He lived in Annapolis, Missouri, because I figured I could get a used car cheaper in a small town than I could in St. Louis. So I was looking at two cars. The first car I looked at was a four-door. It was an old police cruiser. I can't remember what it was. You know, we're talking before Crown Vic days. I don't even remember what it was. But anyway, it had like almost 200,000 miles on it, so didn't get that. Second one was the 1978 Pontiac Phoenix. And I didn't know what I was looking for in cars, so I had my brother test drive it with me because I didn't know the sounds and feelings you look for when you're driving a car at that time. So ended up paying $600 for it, and had it for a number of years. It always had is it manifold up where the exhaust comes out of the engine? Yes, manifold. I always had a manifold leak, so I was always trying to fix the gate, not gauges, always trying to fix the thing that, what the hell is it called? It goes in between them to hold it together. Damn it, I hate when words slip from me. Anyway, nothing was working, so I ended up putting headers on this car. So I actually got a job. I got a job at Kids Mart, selling kids' clothes in the mall. Hated it. So I got these headers for the car to hopefully fix the problem. Gaskets. Duh. Gaskets. So I put headers on it, hoping that finally, get some. Me and my friends changed them out, put new gaskets on it, sealer and all that. And of course, it didn't work. Same spot, continuous leak from the headers. But hey, at least my car sounded better. But anyway, was working at Kids Mart, and then I put in a job application at Sound Warehouse Music Store, one of the jobs I wanted. Finally got that job. Worked both of those jobs for a little bit until I got until I got the promotion at Sound Warehouse to a manager position. So then I quit Kids Mart. But that car was just fun. Other than the constant trying to fix the leak with new gaskets, and because nothing was fixing this thing, no matter what I did to this car, it would not fix that spot. So we didn't know exactly what we were doing, but we knew enough to be dangerous. The thing about that car is, over time, over about the first year, cylinders started going out of the car. So it got less and less performance out of that car. I think it was originally an 8-cylinder. Next thing I know, it's like putting along, and then when you got the leak on top of it, it's like put, literally sounding like that. Drove the car around forever like that. Until it basically just, it felt like it was running on one piston, basically, one cylinder. And I ended up selling it to a neighbor. He took the engine out, totally broke it all down and rebuilt the whole engine and got the car running right. But at that time when I sold it, I ended up getting my second car that we'll talk about in another video, which was the 1974 hatchback Nova. So I'll tell you some cool stories about that one. But yeah, this Pontiac Phoenix, I mean, it took me everywhere. Since I had a little bit of money, now that I was working, that car was like the first freedom ride, if you will. We always had my dad's car, but we couldn't go very far. You know, we just stayed around the surrounding areas because he would need it back for work the next day or whatever. We'd be out just doing whatever till 2, 4 in the morning. As long as we get home before he had to go to work. So this car was like total freedom. We would go on 2-hour rides wherever and didn't have to worry about anything like my dad needing the car back now or anything. So yeah, it was definitely a freedom ride, and got some of the video. There's one video on here if you want to see the interior of the car. Actually, I don't think I have any pictures of the car or the exterior of the car. If you type in tribute to Eddie Van Halen on my YouTube channel, you'll see me and 3 other friends driving in the car while Van Halen's playing on the radio. So that's when I worked at Sound Warehouse. I was assistant manager at Sound Warehouse, and had money in my pocket for the first time and felt freedom. So yeah, how long did I have that car? I had that car for I want to say it was 92, 93. 2 years. About 2 years I had that car. And literally drove it till it wouldn't drive no more. So, fun times. My mom bought me a pull-out stereo in the car, cassette player, for Christmas one year. And in our neighborhood, we had to pull it out or it was going to get stolen. And the car didn't lock. The car wouldn't lock, so you wouldn't leave nothing in it that was worth anything. And the one night, I forgot to pull my stereo out because I thought I was going back out, but ended up not going back out. So I didn't go back out to pull my stereo out overnight, and it was stolen. So drove around in the car for quite a while without a stereo in it also. But yeah. I think in that video you'll see the cassette player too, actually. That's playing Van Halen at that time. So yeah, that was the start of the freedom ride and the start of the vehicles. I've always loved vehicles and always dreamed about being able to drive nice cars and stuff. So we're on the road to that. So that's the first car, 1978 Pontiac Phoenix. All right, thanks everybody. I'll see you all in the next car stories from the Porsche.